Welcome back to Oracle Rose Healing Tarot. Tonight we're going to be talking about spiritual warfare. Have you ever been feeling like spiritually attacked, like in your emotions, your relationships, your sleep, or your thoughts? Like, do you sense resistance every time you try to grow, pray, heal, or just even move forward? Now, this is not punishment, this is spiritual elevation. And what resists you sees your power rising. Let's expose the confusion because that's all it is. Let's break that heaviness and return to peace. Hello, collective. Tonight we step into this sacred space. Not a fear, but a faith. You know what we're doing over here. We're healing. So this is about faith, power, and spiritual truth. Spiritual warfare is real, but so is your spiritual authority. The battles you face, confusion, heaviness, doubt, distraction, emotional fatigue, they are not signs of weakness. They are signs you are chosen, growing, waking up, awakening, and rising. You are not here to fight alone. Spirit walks with you. And tonight we reclaim that peace, discernment, and strength with grace, scripture, and some divine support. You are covered, you are protected, and you are being strengthened in spirit. Hey guys, I'm so glad you guys are back. I'm so happy because I'm starting to get some traction on my channel. And that means that, Divine is trusting me to get these messages out. And I'm happy about that because I'm just here to help. You know what I mean? So I'm very excited and I'm glad you're here. We're going to talk about spiritual warfare. This one came up for me because, every time you step outside your house, there's going to be one. And I'll tell you what happened. I pulled up in the Publix, right? Pulled right into my parking space. Was about to get out of my car. No sooner than I was about to open the door, a car pulled up in the space right next to me. So close that I had to pull my car door back because I could have lost the door. All right. Well, didn't say anything. Got out. When the store came out, had a nice time in the store. Came out, tried to squeeze back in the car, tapped the lady's bumper around her wheel. She jumped out immediately and got to screaming at me, saying how it wasn't her car and that I need to watch what I was doing. Now, mind you, she's in an SUV and I'm in a sedan. Okay. There was no damage, but she had to remind me that wasn't her car. And so, I told her, I said, okay, I take that advice, but I'm going to give you some advice as well. You watch how you pull into parking space. Oh, she was heated. She didn't want to hear that. But anyway, spiritual warfare. Let's get into it. But before we get started, you already know we got to say our prayers because we got to get to it. So watch your ears. Here comes the bell. All right. I give thanks to the Most High Divine Spirit for being here, for surrounding us with healing energy, and for guiding today's messages. And by the grace of the Most High and the Holy Spirit, this space is filled with love, peace, light, and all energies that do not serve our highest good are transmuted into love, healing, and renewing energy. Now let's step into this reading. All right, so I shuffled enough. And I've been seeing cards all over the place, so I can't even tell you where we're going to start. But let's go ahead and just get a cut so we can get a lead card out here. All right. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day in the spiritual world. So we're going to be doing a reading, and this is on spiritual warfare. Spread called Armor of Light. Okay. And so we're going to get a lead card out here because what I'm trying to tell you is that warfare means your light is expanding. Spiritual tension means breakthrough is near. So we're going to be asking Spirit, what is it all about? All right. So the first card out is Spirit. What spiritual battles are we facing out here? Can you help us out, Spirit, and give us an idea? All right. And Spirit, it gives us the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And as a, uh, first lead card out, when we're talking about an Eight of Pentacles in reverse, we're talking about maybe there's some trying to be perfect, or the spiritual warfare is showing up around you in perfectionism, or it could be showing up around you in subpar uh, work, or you know or it just, maybe it's where somebody is missing details about important things around you. And so spiritual warfare, I think, in this sense, in relation to the question, what battles you may be facing, you may be first facing some confusion, all right, especially in this Eight of Pentacles energy, where there may be someone around who's trying to, or put you in the energy that you got to always be perfect, or you got to always be right, or they're always looking for somewhere to catch you off guard, and show you your mistake, you know, to highlight you in a way to embarrass you, and you could be facing spiritual battles in that manner. And so if confusion appears, it is the enemy tactic. You got to remember that confusion always comes before clarity. You can't get clear if you're not confused. So you can look at being confused. I used to get angry because I knew confusion was the attack of the enemy. And so I was ready to fight all the time. Anytime any confusion came to me, I didn't care what form and who it came from. I was ready to take their head off. Okay. But I had to learn to pause. Okay. Because I didn't have clarity. And that's where the enemy can attack you, where you're not clear. All right. God is going to always reveal the truth. All right. So just remember that. Remember stillness and breath. Remember, I say you got to have that pause. You got to inhale peace and exhale clarity before you respond to confusion. Because confusion wants to get you caught up in the same energy, but wants to use your body to act it out. Okay? So you got to be very careful and discerning. All right? And we're going to ask Spirit, in that case, where are these attacks targeting the collective spirit? Where is the spiritual attacks targeting us? Okay? And we got a Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay? Spirit is saying in the energy that's attacking us is the Queen of Wands reverse energy. And as you already know, that is not something we want to deal with. We overreacting, uh, being on burnout, being rude, being aggressive, you know, this is how it's showing up. And this is how it's being triggered in you as well. You might have people who are coming off overreact every time you say something or get aggressive with you every time. That's a spiritual attack that's trying to get you to lower your energy. See, the thing is, the truth is, the enemy needs a host, okay? But only can mount your energy or combine with your energy when you consent. And you can consent by engaging in the same type of energy. Okay. Now, with this, if pain and worry is appearing when you're overreacting or people are getting this aggressive with you, it's proof that this isn't just mental, it's spiritual. Okay. You are being fortified, you're not broken. Just because people come up to you, you go, man, every day somebody's trying me every day. Yeah, you're in a sparring program because you are chosen. You already been chosen by the Most High to complete this program, but you may not have realized it yet. And so that's great, because if you're confused about your life in the present moment, then you're wide open for the enemy to attack you. Your lower entities, lower energies, evil thoughts, all of that. Spiritual warfare coming your way from unknown sources. Okay? So you have to be discerning about that. And so your awareness is showing strengthening. It's going to strengthen your discernment. Where there is pressure, there will also be breakthrough. So you ain't got to worry about it. Remember, you have spiritual authority. Spiritual authority means that there is no energy that can attack you unless you allow it. Okay? Now, what fear or doubt is trying to enter? Okay, we're going to ask Spirit. That's the next question in the spread. What fear or doubt is trying to enter? Okay, Spirit. And Spirit says, oh, we got a Nine of Wands in reverse. Now we got all these wands coming out here, all right, in this reading, and we're going to thank Spirit for every single one because we know this is the information that we're trying to get, okay? So feelings of exhaustion and being defeated might be something that is you might be feeling like you just, you know, like you just have no support. You could be feeling like discouraged. All right. And so that's the fear of doubt that's trying to get in there. Discouraged, feeling defeated, having doubt. Doubt is a manifestation killer. I don't care if you want to manifest anything, you're going to have to learn how to overcome doubt because doubt will shut down any motion that you put on any manifestation, and it will do it with precision and quickness. Okay, so if fear is feeling sharp to you, your breakthrough is close because remember, warfare intensifies when blessings approach. The closer you get to your blessings, you know how they say new levels, new devils. Yeah. So, but guess what? Awareness, awareness of what's going on in your present moment, and then exercising your spiritual authority over any of this confusion. Truth replacement. Replace fear. Fear says blank. Replace that with truth says this. So if fear says, I'm scared, replace that with truth says, the Most High does not give us a spirit of fear. So you know that energy is not from your higher self or the divine. Therefore, you have spiritual authority over it. You can shut it down. Okay? It's just that simple. Okay? And that's the truth. So our next question now is, what spiritual strength is rising in the collective? We're going to ask Spirit, what spiritual strength is rising in the collective? And we have a Two of Cups. All right. So I'm liking this because Two of Cups is new relationships, friendliness, new, equal partnerships. Okay. Instead of you feeling like you're attacked all the time and somebody's trying to get at you, and you don't know how to handle it and they're getting you with confusion and everything, what you're going to do is become an alchemist. You're going to, in that pause that you take, it could have went left, but you're going to learn how to make it go right. All right. And the outcome of that is going to be harmony. You're going to be able to go ahead and get into new relationships, equal partnerships. You're going to have more friendly encounters with other people. Okay. And that's the strength that's rising in you. You're gaining spiritual wisdom. You got courage. You got divine resilience. Strength is being crowned on you. Okay. And that's what this card is saying. So speak to power. You have to say it. You have to know it. You have to believe it. I am protected. I am chosen. I am covered. We're done. Not with the reading, but you know what I mean. All right. And so and now that we're on the go, we're going to ask Spirit, what armor or boundary protects us now? Now we're here. So please tell us, Spirit, what armor or boundary protects us now? Protects collective. All right. And I got a Knight of Wands in reverse. So the Knight of Wands came out in reverse, and I'm not too upset with that. But Knight of Wands is a lack of follow through and being unfocused. Okay. But here's the thing: the moment you are aware that you're not focusing and you're not putting your energy into following through on making sure that you are pausing and remembering the goal of getting out of spiritual warfare, you have to remember Okay, then you're covered in prayer. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Okay, so no spiritual warfare formed against you will prosper. If boundaries feel weak in this energy, okay, when you feel your focus is off or whatever it is, the battle is teaching you to fortify spiritually and emotionally. Because what I'm going to tell you is that when spiritual warfare shows up as energy, it's not just a battle like you're seeing it, you feel it. You can get like sudden anxiety, doubt. I told you the manifestation killer, mental fog, being in this energy, okay, emotional heaviness, feeling drained around certain people, you know. So that's the thing in this night, this reverse Knight of Wands energy, lack of follow through and unfocused. Okay, that mental fog. Okay, it might show up again, but that's not something that you got to worry about because you are covered and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Okay, and like I told you, you got it covered. Okay. Now we're gonna experience, because we always do, what blessings await us after this battle. Because we're healing, we know what to do in a spiritual warfare. We already know we're driving the car. We don't care what anybody says outside of us. We are in control of how we feel. All right. The high priestess came out here in reverse. Okay. So usually the high priestess means unknown or what have you. When it's not in reverse, okay? However, when the high priestess come out in reverse, it's talking about secrets withheld or ignoring your intuition or confusion, okay? The question is, the blessing that awaits after this is that the blessing is not going to be too distant. Even though you might feel a little confused, because you might even put other people in confusion, because you're going to change up your energy on how you respond to them by taking that pause. This is your goal. We're not going to care what their goal is. Okay. And even though this energy may even come around you, even where there's confusion, where there may be confusion or there may be secrets withheld or what have you, or ignoring, you're not going to ignore your intuition. And even if you do, even if your blessings feel distant, Spirit is saying stand firm. Spirit is fighting for us, fighting for you, fighting for me, fighting for everyone who believes, all believers, okay, all divines. So we won't worry too much about that because we know what we're going to do. So we're going to ask Spirit, what's another message, a final message on this spread of it in these cards here? What is a final message, Spirit, that you can give us here? And it came out as the sun in reverse. All right. Now, as a final message of the sun in reverse, I'm like, okay, why? Because we get here and the sun saying it's just temporary sadness, and you might have some unrealistic uh, expectations when it comes to battling spiritual warfare because you've probably been going through it for so long. You know what I'm saying? And that might cloud your joy a little bit. But guess what? If you still feel shaken, trust. Spirit strengthens you in steps, not leaps. You are held until you can stand. So you really don't have to feel small or think, you know, it's not going to work. You try it. Try it. You tried the other thing and we know that doesn't work. That's why we're healing. Try this. Try it. Try it for yourself. Invest in yourself. Participate in your own rescue. Okay? Remember, hand over your heart. I am safe. I am held. I rise. Whenever you feel in this energy, get your affirmations going. All right, so now let me tell you guys, I pulled out the Inner Wisdom. This is the Inner Wisdom Compass Oracle deck because we're going to get some messages out of there on this reading on this spiritual warfare. We want to ask Spirit a few more things about this. Spirit, any messages you can offer us out of these beautiful cards here? We would love to have that. Anything you can offer us. Let's see if we can get anything. Okay, that's a lot. I'm gonna put them back in because you know how I am. On the first card out, I'm just like, oh no, that's me dropping, not the shuffle. So let me just see here. All right, so here we go. Happiness, they don't do reverse. Happiness, true happiness comes from within. Never allow anyone or anything to determine what makes you happy. Spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare. It comes from within. So anything outside of you, Spirit is saying, nope, that is not a barometer. I don't care if it's a brand new diamond. You got to be happy already inside. It can be $1,000,000. There are many millionaires who are not happy. You have to be happy inside. It comes from within you. You got to explore what makes you happy. That you got to become very familiar with what makes you satisfied, what makes you happy. Okay. Spirit, more messages for the collective in us out here. Any messages for, all right. And I did get two and I'm keeping them. Improvement. In life, there is always room for improvement. Today, take a moment to see what you can be doing better. Yeah, instead of engaging in that spiritual warfare, we don't want to be bothered with that. And guess what? No, no is a word we all need to use more often and stand on it. Especially with spiritual warfare. We also need to accept and receive it as the right of others. So if you can tell somebody no, you can receive a no. And you know that's true. Yeah, and you know what ancestors say, and you know that's true. Thank you, ancestors, for that message. All right, now, collective, let me just tell you, your spirit is stronger than what opposes you. You have spiritual authority. Your faith is louder than fear. And you do not walk alone. Heaven backs you. The spirit guides got you. Your ancestors protect you. You are stepping into a season of spiritual clarity, strength, and victory. And nothing formed against you shall prosper. All right. So if this reading touched your spirit, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Comment below. I am covered and victorious. You are seen, protected, and divinely supported. And until next time, keep walking in your light.